Guys, this is Chris from Gunworks, coming to you with part 3 of 3 HMG target systems versus the other guys. This is the follow-up from the range day that we did. I want to start off with target A. Target A suffered some pretty significant damage, so much so that we had to take it off the line and couldn't even finish the test with it. We did test for intended use, and then we started testing for failure. Once we worked into the 308, we had to stop and take this target offline. It just became too dangerous and was too broken beyond repair to continue using. As you can see, the face, the spring box, and the bolts have some pretty good significant damage to them. We were able to hit the bolts a few times. There's some significant curving to the target face itself. The support legs that we talked about during assembly that I said didn't really lend a whole lot of stability to the target took some really good hits, and they were pretty much destroyed. This target was really top heavy. We ended up having to put something on the back to hold it down to keep it from flipping over. So all in all, in my opinion, not a good target. The 90-degree angle to the target, to the shooter, tends to be dangerous, and the exposed bolt heads. So this one didn't fare very well. Probably is the worst out of the ones that we tested. Moving on to target B. Stability wise, it wasn't that bad. I said that one during the assembly part. I was surprised that the tubing held up as well as it did even after the 50 cal. What I'm not surprised is how the faceplate, the target face, started separating from this attachment that has the springs and everything. That started happening into the 1 ounce 12 gauge slugs. One of the other problems that we had was, going back to the angle of the target face, was after a few of the slugs we had to stop altogether because of the ricochet that came back and hit one of my partners that was shooting with us in the stomach. So it could have been dangerous for everybody. We did do a couple more after that and just completely ended it because the spalling was coming back, hitting our cars. It came at least 75 yards back and hit my barn here at the range. So we completely stopped shooting this one at that point with the slugs, moved back to 50 yards, and then went into the failure part of the testing. 308 did some pretty good damage. The slug did some pretty good damage. And then, as you can see right here, you might be able to pick it up on camera. There's pretty significant dents where the 50 cal hit it both times. So all in all, stability wise, not that bad. But this target didn't make it through one day on the range with me. So again, not one that I would recommend, and certainly not one that holds up like I thought it should. Target C. During the assembly, I said that I thought the target face and the pivot and the spring area was pretty robust. It might take a few good hits. I was concerned about the mild steel used on the base and the support legs. They did take some hits. There's some chipping, hence why I'm wearing some gloves. There's some really sharp edges. We managed to break the bolt heads on both bolts here on the target face. We didn't hit this bolt head. I tried a few times. We just didn't get it. But we did hit underneath it and damage the base and the mild steel underneath here. It did make it all the way through testing. We hit twice with 50. Target face held up really, really well. I was surprised at how well it did held up. Beyond some of the exposed bolt heads and some of the design flaws that I see, not a bad target. Not a bad target at all. Did better than expected. If you remember about target D we really didn't even test. We hit it a couple of times just to see what it would do. We're not even reviewing it because it just didn't meet the criteria. So that leaves us up to Gunworks reactive steel target. As you can see, with our target, there's no damage. There's no dents. There's no curving to the target face. There's no bolts that are damaged or sheared off because there's none of that faces the shooter. The target face and the base itself are free of any other obstacles, such as bolt heads, springs, bolts, anything like that. So when you shoot it, it's all flat AR 500. And again, With ours, we have that 20-degree angle that sends all that spalling down and out to the sides. So we didn't get any ricochets or spalling coming back like we did some of the other targets that concerned us. Pivots held up, the mainspring held up, all the hardware held up. We didn't have any issues with this target. So again, it's the Hillemat Gunworks. This is our pepper popper version of our rifle rated targets. If you have any questions for us, if you want to see the whole review, go back and look at part 1, 2, and 3. Read the report that I did on our website, and look us up at hmgunworks.com. Thanks for watching.